Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Easy Path for Completion for 6.3.3 with Havok as our boss, who will have improved power gain and also corner node. Before we get into that guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, like the video. All of that really helps me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, welcome guys. Hope you find these guides and tips useful. Check out my 6.1, 6.2 and also Act 5 guides as well. Okay guys, so if you're going to run 6.3.3, there are realistically two paths that you can run. One is going to be the middle path, that is going to be enhanced specials. It's a simple path where all your defenders will have unblockable specials. Or the second path will be combo party with counter tactics, that is going to be the top right path. So I would really suggest you that go in the middle path, but if you have better champions with damage over time, if you have a Nick Fury, if you have an Archangel, a Quake, a Voodoo, if you have these champions, then combo party can be done. And if you have a red Magneto, if you have the red Magneto, then the first path will be the best because it's a very metal heavy path. And then is the boss fight, that is going to be a Havok. He is not a very difficult boss, is one of the easier bosses. It's just he has improved power gain. You can always use that to your advantage, but we will get into that individually once we go into that fight. So the team I'm going to use is going to be a very mutant heavy team. I'm going to bring in Red Magneto because this is going to be a really metal heavy path. And then I'm going to bring in Archangel for one or two fights, and then there's going to be a Colossus. Make sure when you decide your team for this part, you bring one Incinerate immune champion because there is going to be a Human Torch ahead. And apart from that, I am bringing two champions for synergy with Colossus. That is going to be an Omega Red and also Juggernaut. So every armor buff that Colossus will have, he will have plus 3% damage. That will help us clear the boss quicker. Now the first fight is against a Vulture. Really easy fight. He's a metal champion, so you can just bring in Magneto. The way I like to play is I'm just gonna try to fill up my ball of power while I evade his SP1s. I'm not gonna push him to SP2 because that's gonna be annoying to deal with. So as soon as I'm near an L3, I will start parrying him and building up those charges. And once I have above 40, I will let my L3 rip, and that will give him a lot of bleeds, and eventually with the sharpnel damage at the end, he will die really quickly. Also guys, if you're new to the channel, I also do a lot of infographic guides for X6. I have a guide for X6 completion and 6.1 and 6.2 exploration, and 6.3 is also coming soon. So if you want them, you can always check the description of my every video. They are mentioned there. If not, you can reach me out online. I can also give you them personally as well, so make sure to check them out. Or you can add Joanna bot online and you can just write X6 and all of those guides will come up. So all of this information that I give out on the video, they are also available in an infographic as well if you're interested. So the second fight is going to be against a She-Hulk. Again, pretty simple fight. Her specials are easily evadable, so I'm just gonna keep evading her specials, parry into heavy until she dies. Again guys, if you do not have a Colossus, you can bring other champions as well. If you have a Ghost, she will work really well as well. If you have a Corvus, he will work as well. Wasp is really good as well. So it's entirely depending on you because it's a really easy path to maneuver from. It's only enhanced special, so some champions will have unblockable special 1s, other champions will have unblockable special 2s, so it's up to you. Just be careful that most of them, quite a few champions will go unblockable as they reach 25% threshold of their HP. So bring a champion that can easily kill them off there. And apart from that, make sure to bring one champion to take the boss down, and that's about it. It's a pretty easy and straightforward chapter. Upcoming fight is against a Joe Fixit. Again, quick one, just be careful about his unblockable finale after 25% health remaining. Don't get hit from him because he has stupefy node, so he has a chance to stun you and then chain his combos, and also he has an enhanced special 1. So what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna give him 4 hits and block So if you're unaware of that, if you do 4 hits and block, the AI does not use their specials, so that gives you a chance to push him to an L2. So you can use that technique. You can go in parry and 4 hits and then block, wait for him to use a heavy, and then you can go in again. Apart from that, guys, just make sure by the time he is down to his L2 you have an L3 ready, or you have a damage source where you can kill him before his unblockable finale, so it becomes easy. But if he is in his below 25% and he has an L1, that is a lot of damage on you. I'm using Colossus because he's bleed immune, so if I do miss anything, I can easily bring him down and not bleed to death. Just right there, as you saw, I used my heavy attack and I still had the passive fury from it, and I used my L3 to bring Joe Fixit down. So you can use the same technique as well. Next up is a Kang. Again, Kang is an easy fight. Just make sure you do not push him to an L2, because L2 takes the whole screen and is going to clip you, and is also enhanced, so better not push him to L2. And top of it, he is also a metal champion, so it will be really easy to kill him off. Again, same technique what I'm trying to do with Mag here, that I'm baiting his L1s and building up to an L3. As soon as I have an L3, I will build up the prowess charges and kill him up and use my L3. The good part about Magneto against Metal Champion is when you use your L3, after the bleed there is a shrapnel damage as well, and if you stack enough prowess you can easily bypass the unblockable finale 25% health threshold, and you can kill off the champion. So Red Magneto does great. Next fight is a Ronin, who is also a part of the Avengers team. So if you're using a Corvus, this is a good place to get a charge. Also, I think from before, on the start of the part, you get a charge from Vuture as well. So by this time, your Corvus would be nicely ramped up with 2 charges, so that would be great. I am just using an Archangel and bleeding him to death. The whole idea is that to reduce his ability accuracy so the node does not trigger, and also when he's down to 25% health, my neurotoxins expire and stun him, so I can easily kill him off just like that. You can use Archangel to run the whole path, it's totally depending on you. Next up is going to be a Cull Obsidian. Again, he's a metal champion. His L1s and L2s are very easy to evade, so it's up to you. You can keep pushing him to L1 or L2, and again with Magneto you can go to L3 and then build up your prowess charges to 40, launch an L3 with the bleed damage and the shrapnel damage. In the end, he will die pretty quickly. Once he is down, the next champion up is going to be Spiderman Stark enhance. Again, I'm going to use Red Magneto because he is going to have advantage because Stark is a metal champion, so the class disadvantage doesn't take an effect. Also, you will notice that I am running suicides. I like running suicides for X6 because it shortens the grind really much. But with Magneto, he already has 90% reduction against bleeds, and plus I run 1 point in coagulate, that's 100%. So whenever the fight starts, instead of losing health because of bleed, I gain back. It is similar to Corvus, how he gains health when he's bleeding when he has his glaives active. So it's the same with Magneto. When 1 point in coagulate, you're actually going to gain health. Again, same concept here. Build an L3, build up your prowess, drop an L3, and down goes the defender. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the path, if you are going to take this path, make sure to bring one Incinerate Immune champion, because there is going to be a Human Torch who is going to really burn you up if you're not bringing Incinerate Immune champion. That could be anyone. I would suggest to bring in Colossus if you have, because it's going to help you with the boss. If not, you can bring in Iceman as well. There's plenty of Incinerate Immune champions that you can bring now. So yeah, you can either block his specials or you can evade them, up to you. I find blocking his specials more easier because there are so many hits that you need to evade. But again, however you're comfortable. His armor is quite low and his HP is very less as well, so he's a pretty quick and easy kill. Just a parry and I'm gonna use an L2 and he will die, and I will not give him a chance to be unblockable below 25% of health. The final fight before the boss is going to be a Goldpool. Again, Goldpool is a metal champion, so again, I'm gonna bring in Magneto, do the same thing, build an L3 and bring the prowess and kill him. And because of the ability accuracy reduction, he will not trigger anything and he will die really quickly. Just a quick warm-up fight before the boss coming in. So the final boss fight is going to be against a Havok, who is having cornered Force of Will, Extension Protocol and improved power gain. So you can literally bring any champion with an armor up and that would be amazing. You can bring a Warlock, you can bring even an Angela, you can bring Colossus, or you can also bring his brother, that is going to be Cyclops, and he will not take any damage from his specials, not he will take the Plasma Blast as well. You can also bring in Voodoo, use an L2 and keep burning his power to keep his plasma charges down. So there's a lot of options that can go into this fight. Once you have your armor up champions or power steel champions, then the next thing you need to worry about is baiting his specials. So as soon as he gets SP1, I would advise you to start baiting him. Sometimes he can be really stubborn and he will push himself to an SP3 if you start baiting after he gets 2 bars of power. So I would really suggest start baiting as soon as he gets 1 bar of power, and that's about it. You can just kill him off. I brought in a synergy of Omega Red and Juggernaut that would give plus 3% damage to Colossus with every armor up buff, so he's hitting really hard. Or you can bring other champions as well. I hope this video really helps you guys. These tips and guides are there in for every chapter from 6.1, 6.2, and now we are doing 6.3. I intend to do 6.4 as well too, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, like, share the video and leave a comment down below. All of that really helps me out a lot. And apart from that guys, you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.